Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Oops. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Ah, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, oh my Lord. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Woo! Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Oh, my Lord, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord Sri Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh my Lord Sri Krishna, oh my Lord Sri Krishna, oh my Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, oh my Lord Sri Krishna, oh my Lord Sri Krishna, oh my Lord Sri Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Nityananda. Oh, my Lord Sri Nityananda, Nityananda. My Lord Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya. Ah, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Whew, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Where is everybody? Am I alone today? Hmm. Hmm. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Uh, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Ah, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Chapter 10, The Departure of Lord Krishna for Dwarka in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 10. Sutta Goswami said, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the maintainer of the world, uh, who is a maintainer of the world, became pleased after reestablishing Maharaj Yudhisthira in his own kingdom. Mm. In his own kingdom. I like that. The Lord became pleased after reestablishing. Oh, I said, let's see, get it right here. After reestablishing Maharaj Yudhisthira in his own kingdom. Okay? See, this is what lies ahead for us, is the Lord is reestablishing us in his kingdom. See, you live a life in the Lord's kingdom. So sublime. See, that's how you get out of the false ego. Because in the world, we think this is our kingdom. Hey, this is our kingdom. This is my kingdom. I'm the king of the hill. See, this is what got all these wars, fights. People want to be the kings. See? So the Lord wants to establish the living entities back into his kingdom, which is really the truth, man. Hey, that's really the way it really is. It's just the illusion to think it's your kingdom. That's the Lord's Mahamaya. My kingdom. I'm imitating God. They blatantly say it. It's amazing. I just watching on the news these guys saying, "Yeah, we're actually gods. We don't believe there's a God." I always questioned Bhagavad Gita before this time. Like I wondered, is it really demons really like this? Like it says, they want to be gods, and like this, and the Bhagavatam, all, and then I just actually see it in life now. Everything is coming alive. The Bhagavatam is alive now. Yeah, it's coming to life. We got the Pralads here preaching pure devotional service. See, that's us in our sangha. And you got the demons. They're out there trying to take over the world. For their own ends, and trying to make their slaves. And the slaves are rebelling and trying to fight. Yeah. So the Lord wants to reestablish us in his kingdom. And it's so amazing because, then to see the truth, that's what sets us free. You think, oh my God, I thought this was my kingdom. How ridiculous that thought was, that ignorance. See? So Mars was reestablished because he was a devotee, and the Lord helped him and his followers. See, the Pandavas were always dependent on the mercy of the Lord. They called the Lord for help, like Draupadi called, "Oh Lord," She found that she couldn't depend on any, even her husbands. That the Lord Himself came, because that's the Lord comes to teach us how to be established in His kingdom, and He establishes us, and that comes just simply by chanting the holy name in association with devotees, like that are on the Raganuga path, really truly, with their heart and soul, because the Lord has given them that ability. I can't do this on my own. I can't chant like this. I can't feel like this. I can't do anything, unless the Lord reestablishes me in His kingdom. See, His kingdom is like this. His kingdom is with devotees who love Him. He loves His devotees. Very intimate relationship. They're established in the Lord's kingdom. They overcome the false ego like that. It's amazing, actually. See, that's where happiness is. See, our unhappiness is simply thinking that we're established in our own kingdoms, that we're kings of the hill. This is an illusion. This is ignorance. This is not the truth. Uh, so I love this verse. In his own kingdom, and after restoring the Kuru dynasty, which had been exhausted by the bamboo fire of anger. Uh, Maharaj Yudhisthira, after being enlightened by what was spoken by Bhishma Dev and Lord Krishna, the infallible engaged himself in matters of perfect knowledge because all his misgivings were eradicated. See, all his misgivings were eradicated because of hearing from the pure devotee, Bhishma. See, all your doubts, all these things, if you receptively hear from the Lord and the Lord's devotee, and when you hear from the Lord's devotee, you're actually hearing from the Lord, because the devotee, if they're really worshiping the Lord with loving ecstasy, the Lord uses that devotee like an oracle and speaks through them, as them. He's their representative. See? And you get a very clear picture of who God is and what is the kingdom of God, how to be reestablished in it properly. See? See, our doubts have to be eradicated. See? Our doubts in that kingdom. See, that's the purpose of the Bhagavatam. That's the purpose of us getting together and talking about Lord Krishna, talking about the truth, discussing it. Yeah? Chanting together, relishing the holy name, relishing happiness of that association with God in the form of His name. Yeah. The Lord says, "My name is better than myself." Like if we would get to associate with Lord Krishna, if He would come here, in a sense, we're in better position being here now, chanting His name. See, because chanting and chanting and chanting, we become devotees. Especially, and it quickens. See, this thing quickens when you're around real devotees. See, when real devotion awakens in your heart, now you're becoming real, solid in the truth. Otherwise, you're not really solid in the truth, man. When you're a devotee, but not a devotee. You're acting as a devotee, practicing to be a devotee. See? But if you chant the holy name with real devotees who actually have real bhakti, they're not afraid to show it, because of knowing its true glories and having been instructed, then very quickly make spiritual advancement without even trying for it. I hear it all the time. Why is it that some devotees doubt for many years even after seeing the proof. Well, it's because of the ways people are made up. They're all made up differently. They're all been affected by different modes and different situations for different karmas for so many lifetimes. See? So that's their individual challenge. It's just like Thomas the Doubter. The- Jesus had um, faithful, those who had more faith than Thomas. And some had less faith. Your faith could be so little that you don't follow Jesus. You know, and he had enough faith to be following Jesus, but he still had doubts until the end when they were eradicated. Finally, when they're finally eradicated, then he had great one-pointed faith, and surrender just from his heart, and then he became empowered. So the same thing is always reoccurs. The same thing. You'll have some devotees that are instantly faithful, and some that maybe have doubts and different challenges. Yeah. So that's why you see the Lord says the fruit of of the word. See, the word comes from the real devotees who are like the big brothers, the spiritual big brothers, not the government big brother. The one that's coming for people now. Ooh, severe, man, very severe. George Orwell, 1984 on steroids, man. Better come here if you want to live spiritually and maybe even materially. You should come over here. Govinda. He looks like he's got some friends. No. Oh yeah, Govinda. All right. And all right, look at this. Aman, long time no see. Hey, there he is. Hello, Aman. Welcome. Thank you. Nice to get your darshan here, man. Thank you so much. Great devotee, that Aman. Aman. We're very fortunate to have him on the planet here. And Lalita and Govinda. Oh my God. They're the three musketeers. All for one, one for all. See, that's what you got to be. That's the essence of devotional service. You put your swords up of truth, all for one, one for all. You're very strong together. You got three, man. You got three preachers out there, man. Then Maya has no chance. Got your sword of truth out there. You go and you get those poor, weak living entities. They're all weak because they've been sucking on the Maya's lollipop. All it does is weak. You come over there, you preach the truth, man. They go, oh, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on? Where do you get your power there? Yes, we got the truth, man. Put your swords up and say, you can be like this too. You've been sucking on Maya too long, man. Come on, come over here, man. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So Mars Yudhisthira, after being enlightened by what was spoken by Bhishma Dev and Lord Krishna. See, and Lord Krishna. See, Bhishma Dev and Lord Krishna. If you only saw Bhishma Dev, you would be getting Lord Krishna too. It doesn't matter. He's there their way. Wherever devotee is, Krishna goes. Don't think about you just because you can't see him. That's why he said you got to see Krishna through the ears. See? When he's not physically manifest, you just find the devotee, man. Then you found Krishna. See, by the mercy of Krishna, you get his devotee. Then you get him, right? Isn't it funny how that works? Find a devotee somewhere, man, and then you're gonna find that rascal Krishna who's been hiding from you because you found the squealer. They squeal on Krishna. Hey, man, he's right here. This is where he is. Listen, man, and you'll see him. Yeah, Lord Brahma said that. Yeah, he said, "Hey, you got to see Krishna through the ears." What does that mean? You got to find his real devotee. You got to find the Maharaj. What is it? The Shukadev Goswami one. You got to find the real parrot. See, there's the parrots who don't understand the scriptures, that's the neophytes. They study the scriptures, right, Ahmed? They look, they study, become Brahmins, puffed up, all that stuff, and they go out and they impress the neophytes who don't know any better. See, they're the parrots. They got real superficial understanding because it's all speculate. Parrots, they don't know what they're talking about, but they talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, right? And then you got the other parrot, the Shukadev, man, and they also talk and they parrot perfectly. They're perfect parrots, because all they do is tell you whatever they heard from Krishna. Now there is a rhyme and a reason for parrots in Vrindavan. See, because they just tell you how Krishna really is, just verbatim, just simple. That's all you need to know. The parrot is just enjoying squawking for Krishna, like that. See, there's the parrots in the Mahamaya, and then there's the parrots in Yoga Maya, who just simply tell you who and what Krishna is. They make it very simple. No problem. You know. Hey, there he is, Dean Smith. Man, he's a real regular now, huh? He seems to get really pretty Rasic. I noticed lately, man. I think he's getting drunk on this word, like many of us. Okay. See, these verses are just all choice jewels. It's like jewelry for the, you ever see people wear a lot of jewels, man? Jewelry. Sometimes they like jewelry. See, women especially, they like jewelry, right? Like this. So the devotees are the best women, because you're like a woman actually. You like jewelry, see, and that's Krishna's verses. All it's just like pearls on a string, devotees. Yeah, just here's a jewel. Let me present the jewel to my friends. Isn't that? Can you imagine? You got treasure here. This treasure, it only increases when you give it out to your friends. You'll never find somebody, a rich person that has, they're not really rich, in the Maya, rich in illusion, right? The ones rich in illusion, they have all these diamonds and they go out, and people that also want material things. Oh, look at this person. They're so important because, oh, wow, they're so great persons because look at all the jewelry they got, the diamonds and the pearls, and they go out, like this. See, but we don't ask them for their jewels. No, are you kidding? They're too valuable, and then they're got a little bit less when you take their jewels and their treasures, right? You got less. Nobody wants less. You want more, because we're just naturally greedy. That's why I say, you guys out there, you don't know what you're missing. You're missing your jewels. You would never think of giving them out. Even Bill Gates, they only create their philanthropy so they can make profit on it. Oh, they have, because they don't want to lose even a dime, even to charity. These guys, come on, Bill. You're really you're just a crow. Why don't you come amongst the swans here, man? Yeah, we got all kinds of jewels, man. I got tremendous amount of jewels. I have the Bhagavatam, man. Every verse is a treasure, is a pearl. Let us string it on. Oh, and I just love that. This is how we do it. This is how we give our treasures out. We give them out, and then more come in. The treasure increases. Now, how would you like to have an inexhaustible treasure like that? You give it out, and more comes in. Isn't that amazing, Mayavati? Great name for you, Mayavati. I do not even put on my makeup. Of course, she has to. She's funny. Be a bhakti bear. I'm a bee, Mayavati. Well, good. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. See, this is the treasure of bhakti, man. It increases. The Lord has given us this. Man, are we lucky? And we make people lucky. Isn't that amazing? People usually get envious of lucky people. Even, it's so funny. They get envious of us and all we're doing. What is our fault, Lalita Ahmed? We just try to make other people lucky. Isn't that ridiculous? I don't get it, man. We're lucky and we flaunt it. Hey, man, we're lucky people. And they got all envious. Why? That's how we make you lucky too. Well, it's okay. That your nature is a little envious. It's coming out. That's part of getting to the luck space. Pretty soon you'll be reading your good fortune, your fortune cookie. Actually, we're your fortune cookie out there, everybody. This ecstatic devotion you see here every day is our good fortune and your good fortune. We give it out. Why are you asking me hold it in? I'm not a miser. Why do you want to put me on the path of miserliness? Does that make any sense, Amen? Put us on the path of being misers? No, we want to give it out. Well, you don't want it, but it's a push and shove game right now. We push it on you and you try to shove it back, and we push and shove and push and shove and push and shove back and forth back, and we're gonna win because we got inexhaustible power, and your power is limited because you worship the one eyes. We got two eyes. Ooh-wah, man. Yesterday I was so high by hearing the chanting of Amen Narayan. He has a lot of energy. Yeah, I tell you, man. Yeah, the whole thing. You got the three musketeers there. Go ahead, let's hear it. One for all for one. I feel like I'm a stand-up comedian, man. I'm sitting here doing a show, and you guys are out there watching the show and think, hey, man, fantastic. I always wanted to be a stand-up guy. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back. During the reign of Mars Yudhisthira, the clouds showered all the water that people needed. See, during the reign of Maharaj Yudhisthira, what is the meaning of that jewel-like verse? I love it. It's so beautiful. It's all full of hidden meaning. No snake oil here. Real stuff, man. This will heal you. This verse is so true. When devotees are here, everything is cool. Everything is wonderful, right? When Prabhupada's here, wasn't it beautiful? He wasn't even teaching you the deep stuff, but it was beautiful, right? Because he was a devotee, a real devotee. Even the God brothers got nourished from him. They got a little siphon off, But that's the problem. Ultimately, you got to get over that. We're here to get you over that. Get over this usurping so that you can be a great person. It's not true. That's not it. The Lord is the great person, and He makes you a great person when we're established in His kingdom. See? His kingdom, not His kingdom. See? Now where we become rays for that Lord. Be like a ray gun. Boop, 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 boop. Shooting. You ever see those little toy ray guns that go boop? You shoot that at people. You shoot the truth at them. See, target practice. People are just good for target practice. Man. You shoot the truth at them. Rum Das, Rum Vai, Rijai. What's that name? Rum Rijavasi. We use them for target practice, But it's always beneficial. Here you get shot with the truth, you live. It's like that Abhiram, he had a whip. You think usually you get pain when you're whipped by Abhiram, right? No, you get bhakti. Well, actually, you might receive some pain if you need the purification. And then you get bhakti. Just like here, you get shot here and you live. It brings out the stuff that's not real life first, and then you get bhakti, man. Yeah. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, during the reign of Mars, Yudhisthira, the clouds showered all the water the people needed. See the clouds. See the clouds. So there's the clouds, right? And they have the rain, But that's kind of like in the Bible? They talk about all these miracles, His eyes were opened. Oh, he was raised from the dead. All that. And see, again, it's like, oh, I have Holy Communion. Man, I went to the Catholic minister in his nice robes and I knew he was an in between for God, and the guy is just a materialist guy with three jets and all that. But I got communion over there, and they put the wafer, that dry wafer, and they put a little water, a little grape juice on it, and I had Holy Communion, man. See, that's how people read the scriptures. Superficial, not very deep at all. See? So the clouds, when Mars, Yudhisthira here, what is the meaning? See, the deep meanings. This is what we get into here. There we go. See, we get into the deep meanings. See, Maharaj Yudhisthira was a devotee. He had devotion. He was related he was established in the Lord's kingdom. See, overcome the false ego. Hey there. Yeah, yeah, we see you there. See you later. Where is he going? Why is he leaving in such a great place like this? Anyway, nobody. Whatever. So established in the Lord's kingdom, and then you overcome the false ego. Okay? And then you become a devotee, and then the Lord's kingdom comes through you. Thy kingdom come. You're that for people because you become a representative of the as it is truth in this world. People look at you and they'll see, catch you on a good day. You're really ecstatic, man, crying, laughing. They show you showing Radha to people. That's very confidential. See? That's why you got to hear the mantra. You got to hear from the devotees. You got to get purified from the devotees. So, and actually the purification, Radha is the most purifying. If you get the most insults because you're showing devotion, that means she's really purifying people big time. Yeah. So the clouds showered the water the people needed. See, because of pure devotee, now you got the clouds. See, the clouds are the Harikata, man, the water that people needed. People think, oh, I need to grow the crops. Yeah, to grow, you need to grow this crop. See, the crop awakening your soul. See, so it can be nourished by what is real life. And that's the word of God, man, that comes through his real devotees. That's right. If you're in the Vaidhi Bhakti pile, you cannot nourish how we nourish these things. We are nourished by the confidential topics of the Lord. They're not. See, the clouds don't shower the water that people really need. This is what people really need. This is what devotees who are on the Vaidhi path really need. This is what the speculators really need. This is real water. This is what the world needs. You see, we got people from different places, from ISKCON, from the world, from wherever they come from. This because you get the water you need. See, this is talking about the essence of the water. We need to be watered with life. See, Jesus said, I have life and I can give it to you abundantly. See, that because they're tapped in. Jesus, Prabhupada, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and us also, where many of us were tapped into that unlimited source of water and life that the people in general need. And that includes everybody. Sheeple, intelligent, imbeciles, cripples. We all need the same water because we're ultimately from the same family. See? And when you're watered, more and more you realize, I see. I'm in this world, but not of it. It's not like, oh my God, I'm losing it, man. I think I'm becoming crazy because I can't relate to this world. Well, hallelujah. You're very fortunate. Everybody else is saying the opposite. Oh, I feel so related to the world. Oh, my cats, my dogs, and everything, and my friends, my relatives, everybody you don't really know is your relative. You don't know who your mother is really. You don't know who your father really is. You don't know their spiritual forms. So we're living in the world of Maya, illusions. Okay? So your good fortune is that you start to feel more relation here. That's why I tell people as they're going through transition, halfway house here. Hey man, okay, you're not feeling so close to the world. Well, come over here, man. You come to more sadhu sangha programs. Just get immersed in reality, man. This reality, get it strong. See, so you're not pulled back into the illusion, which has got a lot of strength. See, pulled back into it. It's like gravity. You've been identifying with all these things that are illusions. That includes heaven. Heaven is illusion, man. Yeah. Even angels and all that, they're not deep into the Lord. See, they know the Lord is, I know what the angels, I've been there, done that. I know what they see. They see God everywhere and everything, and they're very impressed and they're wonderful. But if they want to even move on, they have to come, like I had to move on and get to understand the personal form of the Lord by connecting with a disciplic line. Everybody's got it. You could be in heaven. You'll have to come and meet a devotee, whether you meet them there or here or anywhere. This if you are hungry to know God, that's not his ultimate form. Even the Lord is like, oh yeah, I want to be more close with the living entities. I want an intimacy, and they want it too. That's why they're always looking for it. Do you want to build a snowman? No. Yeah. See, all the people needed, and the earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. See? And now when you look at the spiritual side of that, of course, the material is there too. Matter of fact, the Bible, especially the Old Testament, talks about, hey man, when you get with God, you get all the goodies in the world. You see the promised land, and people think the promised land, well, let's see, the promised land is Hawaii. Got a nice the blue moon, physical blue moon, and you got the water there. It's turquoise, turquoise blue. See, everything is blue. That's really beautiful in the world, right? Blue. Yeah. So Krishna is he's blue also. Yeah. See, people thinking like that, but all the real necessities and perfusion is this bhakti. You start to live on this, man. This becomes your real life. See, more on this and less on the other, man. Can't get any life from the other. You see. That's why you got to associate with devotees. It's the easiest way to realize the truth, where the Lord can establish us in His kingdom, is to be with His real deep devotees, the intimate ones. See, because we're just drawn into it. They just giving you treasures all the time in profusion. See, they're the verses, man. You read the verses. Hey, man, I got a living situation like that. Well, you think it's always like that? You notice the Lord appeared as devotees appear. The Lord disappears, the devotees disappear. Where are you? Well, let's see. I'm in the the 1800s, and I'm a cowboy, and they're shooting up a town. And where's the bhakti? Where are you? Oh, well, I'm a cowboy, man. I'm out there, smelling like that because I haven't taken a bath in weeks. See? So when the devotees are here and you're here, man, You're lucky. You hit the lottery. You're here. You're going to get the real life. You're going to understand what real life is. The real life in perfusion is not the promised land of Hawaii like place. The promised land is the ultimate promise that Jesus was really thinking about. The promised land is the Lord's land. That's when you've really landed, man. That's when you found dry land. See, otherwise you're in the wetlands, man. You're in the swamp. In the swamp. You're in the swamp with what's in swamps? You ever been in a swamp? Not a very nice place. That's the material universe. It's a swamp filled with all kinds of nasty creatures, alligators of various philosophies biting at your heels, snakes always lying to you, telling you they want to do you good and they really want to harm you. Liar. This is the Lord's Maya. This is swamp, man. See, dry land. See, the dry land is the devotees and the Lord that they give you. Yeah. You know what they give you? The same attraction that they have for what is treasure. And that's the magnet. You become a magnet for the treasure. You just draw out the treasure, man. See? See? And then you shoot it to the world and deliver it. Yeah. See, this is the water people need. Water is the attraction for the Lord. So you can attract the Lord. The Lord is only attracted by pure devotion. So therefore, 99.9% of the world does not have that pure, unmotivated devotion. And that's your association in this world with people who are 99%ers who don't have pure love of God. That's why if you just find one that has that boon, that benediction of the Lord's kingdom established in them, they're established in the Lord's kingdom, and that kingdom is in them. And then they give that kingdom out to you. That's what Jesus was teaching. See, the sower, the word of the kingdom. It only can be done by God and his representative. See, it takes two. See, so people get it in the book. You get God and God's representative because the Prabhupada's, see, the Ritviks say, well, that's all we need is God and God's representative. Yeah, that's true. But still, if you get the association of a real devotee, then you go deeper into this very quickly. You got the living person. That's why it's glorified. It doesn't glorify just by reading and studying the Vedas. It even says you can search and search. The Vedas are searching and searching, and you're searching and searching for the Vedas. You still can't find the Lord. You're always 2 fingers too short because you got no devotion. Krishna is there chanting, Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm doing 1 lakh a day. I get a big false ego. I get a lot of followers. Oh, you chant 1 lakh. Oh, I want to follow you so I can chant 1 dry lakh also. I don't even know the glories of devotion because you don't preach it. You don't know it yourself. You're a Devananda Pandit in this world. Krishna, 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 look at me. I'm austere. Look, I'm a Brahmin. I wear white. Don't you see? I studied the Vedas. Look at all the verses I memorized. Yeah, but I'll never talk about devotion because I ain't got it. Oh, definitely don't ask me to show it because I ain't going to do it. I ain't got it, but I'll tell you I got it. So there's the hypocrisy right there. I'm not like that. Well, it doesn't matter whether you it's just you. It's like people believe in lies so much that they believe it's the truth. All the way up into religion, all the way up into the big sannyasis and all. They believe in their lies so much they think it's the truth, and you think it is because you believe in what they believe in. That's the secret of Maya. The secret of getting out is to believe in what I believe in. And what Lalita Ganga believes in, what Amin believes in, because they're representatives. We work together, man. We're part of the Borg of Lord Caitanya's. This is the hive mind. See, this is the perfection of the hive mind. We're into the Lord. See, they got the king and queen bees, right? We're in the hive. We work for them, man. We're in their mind. See, yeah, we're established in their kingdom. See, it's not a bad thing when it's to do with God. See, but it's so funny. They want to do a hive mind in this world. Can you believe that? Yeah, they want to see, they want to imitate the Lord and make a hive mind. They just want us to be slaves of the hive mind, of their polluted consciousness. It'll never work. How can it work? You think the Lord is going to let this go on? They think it's their show. Are you kidding? The unlimited Lord show, that's what it is. You're just a part of it in ignorance of it. All this new world order talk, all that stuff that they want to do and everything. You think that's going to fly? I'll tell you, that's only used to scare people, scare the demigods over here so they can realize Krishna and stop trying to take up residence here permanently. Because it always comes to this. The demons come after you, man. The demigods, they've just been too lazy, man. They didn't even set up for this. These guys, they plan. Oh, man, snakes, they love to plan things out in the shadows, and then they bite. Strike when the iron is hot. See? And these demigods are caught off guard. It's always, you read the Bible, it's always like they're caught off guard. How did they get so strong? Well, they've been planning, and you've been sitting and enjoying. Krishna goes to these kings after Kamsa. They were all planning. They did exactly what they're doing now. Exactly. All the nations got together to plan together to become allies. Oh, well, this is just a rerun, man. Maya's rerun. Yeah, Kamsa was back there, and he realized, I can't conquer these people, the demigods. They're too strong. Let's see. Let us get all the demon kings and all the lands together, and then we'll become powerful. And they did. They planned, and these kings, that were, they were resting on their austerities they've done, and their worships and all that. But then they got lax. See? And then the demons got stronger. See, it's always this push and pull, push and pull. That's why, hey, man, why don't you just transcend all this? Both of you guys. It's so much work, man. Demigods are fighting the demons when they get strong, and the demons conquer. Yeah. And then the demigods, trying to win, and then they end up getting slaughtered. And who has to help the demigods and the demons? Everybody. God has to come in and win the game. So you read the Bhagavatam. How many times has that happened? Well, who won with Prahlad Maharaj, huh? When the same kind of scenario. This is just a rerun, man. Who won? Who saved the day? The Lord, right? Why? Because there was a devotee there, huh? Isn't that funny? Who saved the day in the Kamsa's time? Lord Krishna and his devotees, because his devotees were there, and he saved the day. He saved it benefits everybody and everything. Why? Because we're all in his body. We're all in his kingdom, whether we know it or not. This is his show. People who are fully identified with this show in this world they go in ignorance, in illusion, and they suffer. See? When we're in the Lord's show, then we even see this is his show. See? Because the Lord is in us. He reveals so many things. This is what Jesus is talking about. I'm going to send you the Comforter. He's going to be your counselor. That's what we're here. Oh, when people get wind of, oh, you mean I can have this intimate relationship with God where he'll be my protector and helper and purifier and everything? Yeah, yeah, you can. You can become a Narada Muni now. Even better. Yeah. Lord Caitanya came, made it even a better deal, sweetened the deal, made it really easy. Narada Muni, he had to, all his life, he just had to be alone, going through the rivers and the towns and seeing this and chanting and a lot harder. And then the Lord appeared one time to him, one friggin' time on a seat of his heart and said, "Sorry, Narada, those who are not purified hardly can see me. So go on going through the rivers and going and seeing everything. Do the hard sadhana bhakti way and all this, and by he finally did it. But look how easy the Lord has made it. He's given us a family. Don't have to be alone in this. You have help. Yeah. You get more friends. They're coming one by one. See, more friends. Yeah. So profuse the necessities of man and perfusion. You see how much we need once we get into this, tapped into this? Yeah, we need perfusion, man. Infusion and profusion of it. To have the Lord's truth infused in us, a profusion of that, and you get more greedy for that. And this is a good thing. It's like a person getting addicted to jogging. They got to jog every day because it's healthy. They get a healthy habit. Well, this is the health of all health. People's spiritual bodies. You can see all these guys working out in the gym and they look so good, but they got a very small, who they really are is very small. They're a pipsqueak, a pint-sized person because they don't develop that. They don't even know how to develop. They're not even aware of that. They don't have that knowledge. They just have knowledge. I go to YouTube and look how to develop the physical body, which is going to perish. Okay, it's fine to do that, but man, I look at people's spiritual body, it looks really small. You look at all these beautiful men and women, and their spiritual body is not even there. It's like very small. It's not even a seed there. And they're glorying, look how beautiful I am. I'm thinking, well, look at a frog you are. You don't know what real beauty is. The real beauty is tasting the nectar and the holy name of what is real. To taste the amazing grace of truth, to hear the truth, to have the earrings of truth decorating your ears and not some stupid piece of heavy glass, from the earth. You think, oh, you see, this is real beauty. What? That's just earth, a transformation of the earth that's going to pass away. But heaven and earth will pass away, but the word of God stays in the ears of devotees forever. Hey, that's the earrings we have here. You want real earrings? Come here, and we'll put a set of those on you. Shark shapes. They'll go out and bite all the envious people, gobble them up, become a shark in this world. Yeah. Spiritual shark, man. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so let's see here. Yeah. So the rivers, yeah, this is so good. Due to his fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, see, the cow used to moisten the grazing ground with milk. See, we become those cows. See, and so fatty milk bag, you can able to give milk to the populace here. See, and cheerful attitude. You see, this you become cheerful. Yeah, that's the first thing that goes when you make contact with this sangha. You lose your sadness more and more until it doesn't exist, and you have a just perpetual smile smirk on your face, always like, see? Instead of, the rivers, oceans, the rivers, oceans, hills, mountains, forests, creepers, and active drugs in every season paid their tax quota to the king in profusion. The rivers, oceans, hills, and mountains and forests, creepers, active drugs in every season, paid their tax quota to the king in profusion. You see, that's the varieties of the living entities. That represents, that metaphor represents us. You know, all the various living entities pay their tax quota to the king. Okay? Hmm. How is that true? Because of the kings having no enemy, the living beings were not at any time disturbed by mental agonies, diseases, or excessive heat or cold. Because of the kings having no enemy, the living beings were not at that time disturbed by mental agonies, diseases, or excessive cold. See, that's why we need the representative of Lord Krishna here. Okay? Because they're the actual kings. Even Mars, was it Prithu Mars, who was a great king. He was a devotee king, in power, Shakta Vaishnav avatar. And he said it's the Vaishnava that's the real king in this world. See, if you come under the shelter of that as that person as the king of a real Vaishnava, they're your king. Then everything is beautiful. Um, see, it's so when you come under the shelter of a devotee, actually you're coming under the shelter of Lord Krishna, the true king. It's the Lord who's the king. And the devotee just presents you the king. Okay? They just present you the true king as the king is and the real truth and how it all works. See? Then how do you know you're with the true king? Well, people can ask themselves, do I still feel mental anxieties? Am I disturbed? See? Because if you have faith in the real devotee, that means you have faith in what they're talking about. That means you have faith in the real king, and you'll have the experience. The Lord will think, "Oh, this person is surrendering to me in the way that my representative is actually teaching, which is the truth, which is the real path that only they know." And they're following it. And how do you know? Well, you get the result by the fruit of such a tree. You get the transcendental result. The threefold miseries, material miseries, are diminished. Your mental anxieties, even your physical anxieties, physical problems, or your identification with it. What else is there? Yeah, agonies, diseases, and excessive heat and cold. Says excessive heat and cold is in this world. You know who? You ever hear that you put the heat on? The heat is on that person. That's the world, man. They put the heat on you, man. That's other living entities. They cause you disturbances. See, coldness. The cold could be you overcome loneliness. You know, or the coldness of people. You know, you realize, oh, they can't give me anything anyway, and they act cold to me. See? Or they had put the heat on you, may give you problems and disturbances and all that. You get relief from all that when you're with the king. That simultaneously you're with the Lord and the Lord's devotees means you're with the king. See? And you know that because you get the result. By the fruit of such association is a transcendental result. You overcome the threefold miseries. So you can ask yourself, and if you're with such a person where you could, people here might say, well, that's not exactly so for me. And some people will say that is exactly so for me. So those who say that's not exactly so, well, what is your attitude? Is it like theirs? Or do you have complete faith in what's going on here? Do you keep your association clean? Or do you believe in pious deeds? Like I see people here, you're going to transcend that. If your misery is because you have faith in pious friggin' deeds, you think you're going to be delivered because you're a good person. Your good person is just filth in front of my Lord. Oh, yes. It's a hindrance now. Okay, may have helped you in the past, but it didn't take away your miseries. You're still miserable. You see people like that, they hold on to the mode of goodness. They want to hold on that recycling is going to deliver them. And it's just a weight. What's going to deliver you is the happiness of God, my friends. The happiness of God is the full truth, taking shelter of the full truth to deliver you. The happiness of the transcendental Lord is going to deliver you. That's called pure devotional service. Otherwise, you're manipulated by the different paths in the world, and they all just manipulate you. They hide the real truth from you. Your being a good person is not good enough to deliver you. I meet many good people. I met that come here often. They're good people, but they're still sad, right? You see some of the devotees still sad here, and they're good people. You know why? Because they believe in what still makes them sad. The covering of the soul is still goodness. And you cannot give that up if you're a good person until you come here and you find out, oh, let me have pure goodness. What is pure goodness? Truth. You're not that. You're not the covering, man. It's like a blanket covering you. You ever see you're under a blanket still. Oh, I'm looking at the goodness. Oh, the recycling is going to deliver me. Organic is going to deliver me. No, it ain't. It didn't deliver you. Now you're beginning to know what really delivers you. It's fine. Eat organic, do organic, and everything, but don't have faith that you have to do that. You're just doing it by choice, and that's okay. It's good to eat good food. It's good to recycle, I guess. It's so funny. Everybody thinks that's a big deal, and they're polluting the every. You watch people that study what's going on this planet. They are polluting it on all levels. They're destroying it with this and that, all kinds of stuff, and people are worried about having a can here and there. Every day you'll be getting chemtrails. You can't even drink rainwater. It has been studied now. There ain't any rainwater you can drink without being poisoned from what man has done. These people that created the recycling programs, the new age programs, all this stuff is all illusion, man. Climate change. They're changing the friggin' climate, you idiots. This is Maya. This is the illusion, illusory potency. See, we can't make you get too comfortable. We come to these classes, we're going to challenge you, challenge the mode of goodness. Is that an okay thing to do? Should I challenge the mode of goodness? If you got any in there in you, you're going to hate this class, man. You're going to hate me. You're going to get angry. So that's part of it. I got to step on toes sometimes. If you don't step on toes, people don't get challenged. You know, it's very challenging to come here. See? Why? Because, the Lord's transcendental potency is challenging your beliefs in everything other than the Lord. This is called pure devotional service, my friends. It rubs the wrong way if you have any faith in the illusion. In this country, the queen owns the rainwater, and we cannot use the rainwater. We cannot use rainwater. Yeah. So anyway, nothing's perfect in this world, and that's what Jesus. That's why you see people think even the rituals are going to save them. Oh, if I observe the Sabbath, right, like the Jewish people. Oh, if I observe Ekadasi, that's going to save me. But they go on with their misery still. They're still plagued by this. But look at us. We're not saying I'm not. Follow Ekadasi or don't follow it. But you're in a better position if you come here and you hear the truth. You associate with liberated souls who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. You're in 1,000 times better than perfectly following all these fastings, all these ekadasis, than a person proof is like, wow, there's so many people. I'm sure Purushet follows ekadasi perfectly, but he has no faith in what we're doing. So all his fastings, all his rules and regulations, and everybody else, whatever they're doing, your badness or your goodness, if you're still an orphan, and if you're put in a basket and come on our doorstep, now you're really lucky. Whether you continue to follow or not follow these external rules or regulations, that's up to you. But you found home, man. If you're adopted here, this is an adoption. Even the Christians, they talked about it. This is the way of adoption because you're part of the world, man. And the devotees take you out of the world. They adopt you, like Shivananda Singh adopted that dog, and that dog went back to Godhead. It was part of the world. You got to be adopted by the devotees, man, because you're orphans out there. Everybody, every single person is an orphan. That's why nobody is fully happy with their families and everything because it's not really real. You're not part of the real family. Only real devotees are satisfied in this. So you're lucky where you're getting challenged here. I'm putting the finger in the wound. See? There'll just be more room for bhakti, man. More room for the truth. You think Narada Muni believes in recycling cans? You think he has any faith in that to be delivered? He's constantly delivered by his faith in the name. Isn't that beautiful? I don't want to just deliver. I love being delivered every day, man. I like that delivery. Krishna is born every day in me, man. Who wants to be delivered? No, deliverance is a verb, not a noun. Let us be delivered every day. Let us deliver that baby Krishna every day. Let us have an appearance of the Lord every day. What do you think Vrindavan is? You think it's just Vrindavan has appeared. We're one with God. We're one with God. No, the Lord leaves for a time, and then the devotees think about the Lord, and then the Lord comes and they have a wonderful meeting. You think it's any different here? Oh, everything is perfect. I did perfection of recycling. The Lord is recycled around again. See, that's the real recycling. Recycling the Lord every day. Now that's perfection of recycling. You want to don't cans. What is a can, man? Sometimes just to remind myself, I just throw a can on the ground. I want to see how much faith I have in that. That if I get guilty or something, if I throw a can on the ground, you might want to test yourself. Throw a can on the ground and see do you feel guilty? Do you feel you have to do it? I mean, really honest. Do the can test. See if your devotion is still canned, still in a can. Throw a can on the ground sometimes to see how much. Oh, I threw a can on the ground. Oh my God, God's going to kill me for this. He's going to. Oh, I feel so guilty. I feel ashamed of my. Oh, okay, good. Throw a few more cans on the ground. Let's bring that up. Let's get it out of here, man. Oh, I didn't get an organic tomato today. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to die. I can never. Only organic touches my lips. You ever see people like that? If they don't go, so you go out there, spend lots of money, for everything is polluted anyway. You think that's going to save you? Being organic will save your body a little, maybe. A lot of people, because they don't have enough poison in their body, they can't, you know, experience uh, living in the world, and they die because they can't fight off things. They, they have too many pure things in the body. So even though there's so much impurity in the world, their body can't develop, immune system from these things. They think people are 5G. They want to 5G is bad. Okay, I'll tell you. You think 5G? Yeah, it's probably not good for you. Even 4G is not good for you. Even when they started with radar was not good for you. But man, if you're not exposed to it, you're in this time, you're going to die. Because if you can have your tinfoil hat and you can be in a cage, one of those, I forgot the kind of cage where none of these rays are getting you, and you live like that. But once you're exposed, you're dead, man, because you haven't built up any immunities for what's coming down the pipe. People don't know. They can't think outside the box. Even I don't care how organic you are, you can't think like this fool Gohari thinks. Nobody thinks like this. This is like this is dropping. Like, where'd that one come from? I'm even thinking like, wow, that's really interesting, Lord. Where'd that come? See, everybody's trying to fight this and that and everything, but their energies being dissipated. See, here we're tapped into inexhaustible energy. We think like geniuses outside of the box, can deliver demons and demigods. Anybody who comes here, you get in touch with an inexhaustible treasure, man. Yeah, you start to realize, wow, man, this is treasure, the glories of the Lord, the truth as it is, ecstasy, intimacy. My God, are we wealthy? Freedom. We got real freedom in the truth, man. The truth is in us. We're in the truth. And we live a lifestyle like that. This is our lifestyle. Man, it's inspiring. It's an enlightening. It's purifying. It's summum bonum. Some things are worth melting. Yeah. Clubbing and plowing. Yeah. I love that fool Go Haridas. Because of the king having no enemy. Well, how come I have enemies? How come Lalita Ganga is so sweet and everything? How come she's got enemies? You know why? Well, the super soul has no enemy, right? The Lord doesn't judge. He just sits there and looks at all the bullshit, right? He's sitting there. He's in the demon's heart. He's in Bill Gates. He's in Fauci, and he's sitting there observing. There's no enemy. Even the demons don't. I'm not bothered by that. Lord, living in me doesn't bother me. I got no enemy. He's not the enemy. But then the devotee comes, who's the external manifestation of that king. Chithead. What is chithead? Okay. Yeah. Then the external manifestation, all of a sudden they get enemies. See, that's why, see, Krishna was like that. He was the super soul, right? But he comes into the world. What happens? He gets enemies and friends. See? Well, that's called Leela Avatar. Otherwise, nobody really gets delivered, not very fast. Usually people stay in illusion. The super soul sits in the heart, right? He's observing you going to hell, you becoming covered. It doesn't do anything, right? Just watching, keeping you alive. What do you want to do? I want to go to more hell. Okay, And he does. He facilitates that. He's just a facilitator. What do you want? I want the association of a real devotee. When you finally get fed up and all that, you start praying like that. Okay, the Lord facilitates you meeting his devotee. So that's how it works. And then you meet the devotee, and then sometimes he's even your enemy because you feel he's attacking my mode of goodness. He's attacking my recycling program. How dare he say these things? I have so much faith in organic. I feel very unhappy. He's preaching against me and my path. Ooh, I'm so sorry, dear friend. Please forgive me. You should stop speaking like that. You should speak like that. I'm so sorry. I can't help it, man. I just come here and I let go. Let go. You ever heard the thing, let go and let God? Well, even though it gets you in hot water, see? This is gonna get this preaching today was going to get me in hot water. You watch. I'm going to be chastised heavily for this preaching. I won't name any names. True there, Karuna. I won't say it because people may misunderstand. Yeah, King having no enemy. Yeah, Sri Hari. So that's the thing, man. That's why they see the Lord comes here and the devotees come. The same thing. When you read that, the king, devotees have no enemy, but in Bhakti Siddhanta had so many enemies because he preached the truth, he polarized. That's why you see Prabhupada preach and he made some enemies, but not as many as he could because he held back stuff. But now we make more enemies. You see, we got all those people that believe in Prabhupada, right? But they didn't know the extent of Prabhupada because he was keeping like this, he's like the super soul, keeping inside, more. A little bit came out, made a few enemies, but not as many as he could. Not as many. I mean, we got all his followers practically against us here. Can you imagine preaching like this? Yeah. And my energy just doesn't get diminished. I get more excited. I get worse to them, according to them. More audacious, more challenging, more energy to, more weapons to fight this battle. My quiver doesn't empty. That's what when Arjuna developed faith. This is the path. Faith in his guru. His guru is Krishna, a living being that was empowered. He was God, but you could say empowered. He was the power. Whether you're a devotee or you're Krishna, it's still Krishna working through you, man. And when he developed faith, firm faith, man, put me on the battlefield, man, that mode of goodness. And because that was his challenge, was the mode of goodness also. It was making him weak and sad. Now I know this is your will, Lord. Oh, you want me to execute a guy? Put me on the battlefield. He had a quiver, man. Arrows never emptied. He's tapped into the source now. This is what we're teaching here, how to be tapped into the source now. You have no hindrance now, unlimited energy, because you are established in the Lord's kingdom. I'm here to do that, to help facilitate that establishment in the Lord's kingdom. Make you Suki forever. Suki is happy. No more bouts of sadness. Except when you're chanting in ecstasy, and then that sadness is ecstatic. You ever see a devotee in sadness? You ever see? Well, you could see yours truly here chanting. Look very sad. So, oh, my Lord, what is it? But oh man, is that tasty? Ooh, that is better than a croissant with avocado on it. See, you come here, we'll teach you all these fantastic things. Ecstatic bliss, Adramana, welcome. So Sri Hari, Lord Sri Krishna, resided in Hastinapur for a few months to pacify his relatives and please his own sister Subhadra. Afterwards, the Lord asked permission to depart, and the king gave it. The Lord offered his respects to Maharaj Yudhisthira by bowing down at his feet, and the king embraced him. After this, the Lord, being embraced by others and receiving their obeisances, got on his chariot. See, afterwards, the Lord asked permission to depart, and the king gave it. Yeah, and this is devotional mellows. The Lord seems to come and go. See, we have our fill of devotion. I have to do it. You just can't. It's like it's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This ecstasy is like this. It gets to a crescendo, like a climax. Like a physical one, like that, but only more pure. No seminal release, and your energy goes. You know, your energy is just okay, Lord. You can go for a while, but don't go too far. Keep them on a rope, on a chain. You jerk the chain when you need it. See, devotion. This devotion is a chain. You never lose it. That's what's so nice. I'm always amazed. I just start to chant after, and sitting sleeping in ignorance for so many hours, which the body needs. I need because I need it. I wish I just didn't have to do that, but the body needs it. To sleep and good sleep. And then you get up and then you jerk the chain, you pull the chain. Lord, okay, Lord, come. And then the Lord comes. Look, could you imagine being here and the Lord not coming? The transcendental Lord, the Satchitananda Lord. Can you imagine living without that? What do you think our classes are? Your Satchitananda manifestation. Where are you going to find that? Do you find that with Radhanath or Jaipataka? Where are the tears, man? Well, yeah, we got those. They're deep inside. They're so deep. That's why you can't see them. But they're emanating. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Where's the word emanation? Where's the glorification of ecstatic devotion? Where's the glorification of expression of ecstatic devotion? Because if there's not glorification of Chaitanya Lila, which is the expression of devotion, that is the real Sankirtan movement, then you got no devotion in this world. The book has to be expressed. I have to, what did Prabhupada said? Nectar, Chaitanya Charitamrita is postgraduate. What does it mean? Basically, I can't really tell you much about it. You're not ready for that because that's all about the expression of devotion, and we just got to do a no-show program for a while. But it's not always going to be that way. Somebody's going to come and then teach that postgraduate course. Well, I think, could that be us? What do you think out there? Do you think we're here to do that? To teach the glories of expressing devotion, which is found in that book? Isn't it? I mean, if that's in you and it comes out, oh, the world is lucky. They get pure devotional service. They get love of God. They get to see what that's like. They get to hear what that's like. They get to hear the teachings that are related to that topic. Otherwise, it's inside, and that's why you see only Vaidhi Bhaktas. Whatever a great man does in this world or teaches in this world, common men follow. So we have a lot of common devotees. Okay, that's fine. We have a lot of, they've got them in the barrel now, a lot of fish in the barrel. Now, time to sort them out. See, now whatever a great man does, well, yeah, I got to tell you the truth. There's something very great inside this body. Great, great teachings, great experience of love, and devotion, bhakti. Oh, great spontaneous feelings and love for Krishna. I got to admit, man, there is greatness in there, and that's true. See, and common men can follow. You have the choice now. You common devotees, you Vaidhi Bhaktas who were in touch with a great person. Prabhupada was great because the same thing was happening, man. He was great, and because Radha and Krishna was living inside him. Yeah, and this Gaur Das, even though he considers himself a very low class fool with a T-shirt, still that greatness will live inside him. Not only him, but also in devotees like Govinda, Aman, Lalita Ganga, and on and on and on. You know who you are out there. They don't have to glory in themselves. They glory in that greatness that lives inside them. There's no false ego in that. People need to know that. They need to know that what is real detachment. There's the Lord, and then there's the number one fool, us. And we're, that Lord, our good fortune, he just decided to live in us. And I cannot deny that, man. I'm here to promote that. I'm here to promote that in you, for you. And the only way you can get it is to be in contact with this Sangha, where you can see we're not no shows. No, we are the show of the universe. We are showing you Mr. and Mrs. Universe here. Come to this pageant. You're being paged. Did you get the message? Anybody out there? You're being paged. We're just pages. You never see a page, a messenger for the king. That's all we are, pages. I'm happy being a page, man. I want to promote because I know I can't glory in myself. Oh, Gaur, you know who he is. Yeah. An ordinary guy with a T-shirt. But man, do we have a promotion thing to do here. Free samples giving. We're promoting the Lord as he is, man, as she is. Showing you what she looks like. Ever wonder what Radharani looks like? Well, come to Lalita Ganga's class, and there you go. You get a little darshan of Radharani. That's what she looks like. Lalita when she chants Hare Krishna. There you go, man. You ever wondered out there what does Radharani look like? Well, you got to come and you got to see it and you got to hear it. You got to hear that chanting of devotees like her and Johans and all these other devotees who chant the holy name and ecstasy arises in them. That's the Lord. And it's not surprising you want to shut us up because you're envious. I don't blame you. Yeah, we got the Lord living inside us, man. We got Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya and Prabhupada and all of them dancing. We're in the dance phase here. On stage now. Not backstage. Radha and Krishna were backstage, man. Now we're on the stage. The curtain is open. Have you noticed? The curtain is open and we're dancing with the Lord. And you're the audience out there. Of course, we got some in there. Let's go see that show of Lord Caitanya's Amazing Grace Space and let us throw some tomatoes, man. Let us tell Gohari, go and preach Bhagavad Gita. What are you doing? I am preaching Gita. Womp, bump, low. Tutti frutti. That's right. See, we're tooting the fruit. Tutti fruities. Okay. So afterwards, the Lord asked permission to depart, and the king gave it. The Lord offered his respects to Maharaj Yudhisthira. Okay, good to go. At that time, Subhadra, Draupadi, and Kunti, Uttara, and Gandhari, and Dhritarashtra, and Yuyusta, and Kripa, Nikula, Sahadev, Bhimasena, and Duma, and on and on, Satyavati, all fainted because it was impossible for them to bear separation from the Lord. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in association with pure devotees and have become freed from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord. Oh, that's so great. So that's where it's at. See? Those who have understood the Lord in association with his pure devotees. See? That has to be a complete verse. Not those who have misunderstood the Lord be in association with non devotees. That includes gurus and sannyasis and Brahmins who don't have pure love of Krishna. Am I lying? You're still a non devotee. Didn't the Lord say that? Oh, even if you're a perfect Brahmin, follow all the Brahminical perfections are perfect in you, but you don't have this pure love of Krishna. You cannot even purify yourself or anybody else. In other words, you cannot understand the Lord's true glories in their association. You have to understand the true Krishna and Radha in association of experienced devotees who have that potency and that power. Then you get the true nature of the lordships. Then you can get on those ships and go on those airplanes and ships to Vrindavan. Otherwise, you can't embark there on the Putanas, the false representatives of Vrindavan. They cannot take you to Vrindavan. Isn't that a perfect verse? Isn't that how it is? That's what people need to understand how these verses are saying over and over again. You see, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. So that understanding you hear from those devotees. And then you understand the real Krishna. How clear can we make it? You still don't understand there, Ram Das, Vrajavasi? Well, that's good. Thank you. I want a few more days so I can preach. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to be here. And we'll have to go preach somewhere else. So thank God. Thank you. Don't quite understand. They give me a chance to preach some more. Maybe some will understand you before you. So thank you for your service of being ignorant. Same thing with all you guys like that. Thank you for your service and not getting this so fast. So it gives us a chance for more people to come into the kingdom. We'll steal a few of your little disciples over there for there. They'll help you out later on. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in association with pure devotees. See, there's no other way to become intelligent. I don't care how big your degree is, Acharya Dave. You are not intelligent until you understand Krishna in association with pure devotees who have, how do you know they're pure devotees? Well, they have the essence of love of God in them. See, they have true knowledge in them because of that. And Acharya Dev, I could just hear him now saying, "Well, I have Prabhupada. I was initiated by Prabhupada. I had that. What do I have to listen to you for?" Well, Because you don't know that your Prabhupada is working here, expanding the kingdom. So you need to hear, you need to learn these lessons to understand the deeper truths. That this is a progressive path here. That's why. Because if you say, I don't only need Prabhupada's books, I only need my initiation with Prabhupada. Well, why don't you see the glory of what's going on here? Why, here you're hearing truths that nobody spoke before. Why aren't you attracted to that? That means you need this because you're not. Why aren't you attracted to this ecstatic worship? Why do you misunderstand it? Why do you call it sahaja? That means you really need this. Why are you thinking a pure thing is a polluted thing? That means you need this. Why don't you like truths that come from this ecstatic worship here, like these truths? Because you need this. Because if you were a pure devotee and you had pure devotion, you would beat a path here, because this is a very rare place. Where do you hear the same kind of preaching that you hear from Prabodhananda Saraswati's book, but in living color? In life, now. Therefore, the same thing happens. People had devotion back there. They got devotion because there are beings preaching like that. That book you're reading was once preached by living persons like him. An eighth principal gopi. Well, you got another chance at that now. Unless you're a resident of Vrindavan, you're not even really preaching yet. You're just practicing. See? You can't practice what you preach yet. You just blah, 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 blah. But you're not in association devotees here. This is the test. Oh, if you're such a great Acharya Dev and you liberate your disciples, why aren't you here with devotees who have ecstatic love of God, which is the rarest thing you ever can see in this world? How many people do you see chant the holy name in ecstasy like this here? Like Lalita and Johan and others. Is this going on anywhere? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, they all have it. Narayan Raj devotees all have it. Oh, yeah, Gaudiya Math and ISKCON, they all have it. Yeah, where is it? Oh, well, it's deep inside. It's so deep, it's with the super soul in there. And it stays in there until you meet the devotees see? And you hear the glories of Krishna. You understand these glories with a living devotee who has that living devotion inside them. Now you're understanding the real Krishna's nature, what he really likes, and where the real path is. Because it ain't in you if you're a Putana, man. If you ain't a resident Vrindavan, you are a Putana. I don't care how sincere a Putana you are, and how much you, with tears in your, oh, that Gohar, he's such a, he's so, with tears in it. Yeah, my disciples were like that. Radha, go away from Gohar. He's not really authorized. And Narayan Raj, my wife said, can you help that fool, Gohari Das? I see that you're the real truth. And he goes, with tears, I will help Gohari, that poor fool. He's so important. You come here, let me reinitiate you. Can you imagine that stuff? It fooled me for a while too. But now I got off the mats and I see how Maya works. We're here to challenge that illusion now. All of it. We got our education. That's how we're going to get revenge. We make them all pure devotees. Now that's pretty pure, isn't it? They want revenge. They want to stone us, right? What kind of Vaishnavism is that? They want to stone us. Did you see that video? You should have seen that. I didn't even see that video. That guy was a snake, man. Send a video. That's his revenge. He wants to. You're gonna worse. You ecstatic. Crying. How dare you challenge my position of being a no-show, man? Send that horrible video to her and say, see, that's how they get revenge. See, they got no real love in their heart. The way, when love enters your heart and you get ecstatic, you have God's revenge by making everybody a devotee. That was Nityananda's revenge. He got hit with that thing, that pot on his head, drew blood. And he's thinking, oh boy, now I can pay him back with bhakti. That's why I chant his name in ecstasy. I love that person, man. Man, that's compassion, man. I'm on board. Nityananda and Lord Caitanya like that. I'm on board. I'm surrendered to you. I can't see anybody better. Anybody is more my benefactor than you guys. I'm on board. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda, Lord Caitanya, all you great devotees. I'm in your kingdom. Let your kingdom be in me, man. And that's all I want, man. Okay, let's open up the conversation. I've been babbling enough today. Aman, give us a word. Any of you three over there in that box.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So anybody in that box over there, give us a word.
Speak on the letters. Yeah, you can speak on the letters.
Lalita, we call on somebody.
Yeah, you just, no, you speak.
What do you think of our class today? Oh, I can't hear you. What is it? We can't hear. Why is it I can't hear? Oh yeah, I'll put my headphones on. Let me see. Maybe that'll help. Okay, let's see. Say something.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yes. Okay.
Oh, and now I hear. I don't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
I cannot talk here because I don't.
Okay. Oh, you can't hear me?
Go on then.
I can hear you, Gurmat. I heard you all the time, but I'm not on Restream myself, so I'm here on Restream with Govind, so I need to talk through his phone. So you can't see the board anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Guru Maharaj, you took us out of this illusion of this material world, and we know that we are out of this darkness day by day by day. We see more light. That it's just fantastic to have this relationship with the Lord, to live in that land of the living God, living in a completely different environment with different experiences than the worldly ones. Yeah, this is really living in Krishna consciousness is a completely different life. Thank you so much. I don't see the sunset.
Yeah. Well, great. Thank you there, Lalita. Govinda, what do you got to say?
Yeah, it's like what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in his Lila of Navadvip. He says the residents become like golden. I feel like I'm floating here with Lalita, River, Aman, Karuna. I feel floating. Just perfectly contented, happy, beyond happiness in association with dear Lalita and Aman. Just floating. Floating in Navadvip. It's literally like being in Navadvip. I can feel and see Navadvipa that I walked around, stumbled around, and when we were together, it's the same.
Same.
Ganga Mata. It's the same.
Yeah. same. Yeah. Association of devotees. See, that's the same like the Dham.
It's so beautiful. We have so many people to see. I never imagined a life like this, that I'd have people who were inviting me to their houses and being so kind and wanting association. I couldn't imagine that 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. Me and Govinda, we used to work in ISKCON, we used to be cleaning up pots and pans, and now we've got new life. It's like everything has been rejuvenated through your preaching. So
Oh, wow.
your preaching is rejuvenating so many people, changing their lives, changing their activities. And it's a blessing from Krishna. It's a direct connection link between Lord Krishna and the Sangha. It's really, really beautiful and wonderful.
Yeah.
It's going far and far and far. Some of the videos are going into offshoot sites like protester sites. They're focused on their protesting, but some of them are putting the videos we do, not us putting them, they're choosing them and putting our videos. It's going far and wide and meeting people on the streets in Coventry, and they're watching and liking and giving witness testimonies. Like Derek is a devotee from Coventry who's been watching your classes and really appreciating. He was in a dark time. I'm going to cut and paste that as a witness testimony of how he was suffering, and your classes really helped him in that dark time he was going through. Heart problems with the heart. We met him on the streets. Ammon knows him. We keep meeting him. Just really one of many, so many. It's going far, far, far wide. There's spies coming along and they're keeping their ear, but then on the rewind there's many people watching now, because it's the most effective, colorful, beautiful display of devotion that's out there. And that's how it is in Caitanya. That's what Caitanya came to give. It's beautiful, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. And as you were sharing about Prabhupada Saraswati, I said to the Lita and Ammon, in this very room, I saw you laughing, reading Nectar of Chaitanya that I didn't know at that time. I said, what are you reading, Guru Hari? What are you reading, Guru Maharaj? And you showed me it. And I was like, wow. Beautiful, beautiful family. And it must be so beautiful for you to see. Sharing for so many years, making so many videos. I think I calculated it. It's something like 28,000 videos. How anybody roughly, that must be how many you've made since 1996. 2 or 3 a day, 365 days a year. Do the maths. And people actually said, we're not doing Chaitanya Lila. Who are they, man? Who are they? Where are they? Where are they? They're not coming live to. But I like what you say. You've learned me so many things, but one of them is revenge is giving people this mercy, not being revengeful like I was before, having a grudge or an axe to grind, like I was when I come out of Coventry ISKCON. I had an axe to grind, but not anymore. You've taught me revenge is to give love of God. That's it. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just the proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the result. That's the. I mean, I also see here. I'm just preaching, right? Preaching. I see the result. Oh, this must be the glories of the Lord. It must be pure thing we're doing. It must be real. Look at the results. See, it's like a science. I mean, people need to look at this like a science and analyze and say, well, okay, what is the result of this preaching? Even though we don't understand it. Yeah, it's natural you can't understand this preaching at first because you got to get purified. Not even chapter 23, I quote all these verses. I have all this ammunition. If you want to get over ignorance and stupidity and all that stuff in the world, I'll quote you the verses. Not even the chapter 23 of Majja Lila. Not even the greatest scholars can understand the mind, the emotions, the intentions, the plans of a devotee who chants the holy name in ecstasy and in pure love of God. You can't understand because they're spontaneous devotees, and God's will comes through them. God's word comes through them. And really only them, unless you're a real devotee with real devotion and the Lord has taken charge, because you're glorifying the Lord and you're surrendered in that way to the truth. You don't get the real Lord. You don't get these results. You don't get people saying what they say. I mean, this can save people when they see the witnesses' testimonies saying, oh, yeah, it's really like this. People, after a while, you become like the Pharisees when the Holy Spirit came, which is here. This is Holy Spirit stuff. It's very spirit filled. And when you come out or anybody comes and say, well, what must we do to get this, to be saved and more? Basically, this is much more than being saved. This is pure devotional service, not just being saved and, okay, I'm one with God. Where do we go from here? Here.
Go, Harry.
Yeah.
Even the bookmakers in Coventry, like betting offices,
Yeah.
they welcome Ammon going into them because he does what he does. He goes in there loudly singing Hare Krishna, and they like it. Even in the betting offices, because we've got a friend of ours, we keep an eye out for him sometimes, and he likes to gamble. Have you seen
Oh,
Vijay? Where is he? And they welcome in. Who welcomes
yeah.
chanting in the betting offices? It's in the bookies.
Well, you see,
Everywhere.
this mercy is for people in general. First, they come first, and then later the envious. See, a lot of the envious, it's in religion, and often some will get from there, but many people just come from the world because they're open to the mercy. That's the secret, is just being open to the mercy and liking it. You very easily get the kingdom of God. The Lord came to give the kingdom of God to the masses. Yeah. Yeah. This is, yeah. So, River, give us a word. Or Tom, give us a word.
Yeah, I wrote down, I was thinking, many people say to themselves, I'm not jealous, I'm not envious, I'm not missing out anything valuable. And they are talking into themselves, these misconceptions.
That's the ignorance. So, some people see, envy and jealousy and false prestige, they cover the truth, they make you blind. See? And so that's just a reality. Um, People have to get purified. Some, like some, they don't need it. They're like, it's like Jesus said, when you're going to get delivered, the prophecy happens again and again. Uh, the deliverer preaches the good news. All you have to do is be like a Fanny or an Amy. Very easily you get purified. They're open to it and everything. Or Maria, she very easily takes it, appreciates it. Or anybody here. You just take it in, and then very easily you're delivered. Some people fight it here. We got some fighters. They're fighting it. Got to struggle with themselves a little bit. Yeah, and then we free the captives. Basically, we help free the envious people. And all that. It takes a lot of potency to do that. See, they're stuck also. They don't know it. When you're covered by the false ego, you think that's you. See? When actually even that's Krishna in his form as the false ego. It's a potency of the Lord, but it's a covering potency. And when you're covered by the false ego layer, it's very difficult to break. Only a pure devotee can break it by their association. So that's freeing people that are imprisoned by that false ego. Yeah. So anyway, things are going on like that. So River, give us a word.
Yeah, I didn't feel very well this morning, and after I did my class, it had all gone. It all went away after doing my class.
Ah,
I'm not going to say much more because the machine is playing up.
okay.
But yeah, when I did my class, I didn't feel very well. I felt sick and all sorts of things. And then after it had all gone, it's still gone.
Wow, it's
It's still
amazing.
gone. And well, it pacifies you. It takes your focus off the attachments to that kind of stuff in the body,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it transcends you above that, and then it goes. But this is a great thing about it. When you have troubles in the body, and it's not always like that. It's like that a lot now. You have troubles in the body. You do keep doing classes, and you keep hearing. You're always transcending it, and the body kind of, as much as it can, heals itself.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
You know,
Yeah.
Maria, she says she's feeling like healed more and more and more by healing others. She says it. Lord Caitanya and her new companions there in the spirit, they help her more, too. You feel overcome her bodily problems. Yeah, she's out walking now. She walks, and a lot stronger now. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
So yeah,
stronger. I'm stronger in spirit. My body isn't that strong, but
yeah,
I'm stronger in spirit, and it transcends all the things that happen.
yeah,
But very strong in spirit now, Maharaj.
yeah. That's great. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So I think we're going to end it now a little bit. I have some things to do this morning, and then I'll rest up a little bit and come back. Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.